Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. My name is Benjamin Josie. I want to show you guys something pretty cool. I have here, I've gotten my hands on a plugin by JST, Joey Sturgis Tone. It's called Bass Forge Hellraiser. I took the liberty of making a little 40 to 50-second clip of a just kind of little song, and I went ahead and modified the bass with the plugin, and it sounds great. Um, I'm going to start with the plugin just at its presets, the base format that it comes in once you download it out of the box, you would say. And let's dive right in. This is just raw bass sound, and this is with the plugin here. Pretty cool, huh? So, as some of you guys know, I'm brand new to DAW softwares, recording and mixing and all that good stuff, and just kind of want to walk you guys through this as a noob myself. So a plugin, as you know, is something that you can add into your DAW to change the different parts of any audio file that you're using. This one is specific to basses, bass sounds, since it's the Bass Forge Hellraiser, right? So that's what I'm using it for in this mix. Now, let me show you what that looks like. Boom. There it is, straight out of the box. Now, I'm pretty used to using something like this since it's kind of like the Pod Farm that I've been using since I was a sophomore in high school. I just got a on-screen amp simulator, and it kind of shows you what you're doing as you change the sound. Now, this is the starting screen here. This is the bass head. So you guys can see you have the gain, bass, mid, treble to play around with. And you have this nifty little button here called the clank. That one is a factor that you might recognize in metalcore and hardcore metal bands. To me, it's as distinctive as the Rex Brown sound from Pantera. If you guys know anything about me, I love Pantera. And that bass sound is very unique. Whenever you hear it, you're like, yep, that's Rex Brown right there. That's kind of what that button reminds me of. And then to the side of that button, you have the enhanced sub, which is kind of expanding on the low end there of the bass tone. And then you have this cool button called the raise hell, which is kind of just like an overdrive button. Once you flip that, everything is turned up to 11. Now, if you go to the left of the bass head amp, you have the fuzz pedal. I don't really use fuzz pedals, but it's cool to have there. I'm sure eventually I'll get to using it since I'm trying new stuff out. But if you guys want to hear what that sounds like, let's go ahead and demo it. Ooh, pretty heavy. So on that pedal, you have the volume, tone, sustain. It looks like a little button here for the bass boost, and then just the dry sound. And then it looks like there's a normal also. So you have three different little options to work with the fuzz. Then you go to the right here, and then you have the cabinets. And now I usually have a default left on the default here, the match JST cab, because it's closer to the sound that I'm looking for. But you do have two options here for amps. You have the Ampeg and then the JST Big Boy. Each one of these is recorded on a different microphone. So you get those four different options on there. So, I mean, technically, for the regular bass amp, you have 9 different sounds that you can go with. So possibilities are endless. Go to the right here, and you have an EQ. So you can really dial in the specific tone that you're looking for. And to the right of that, I think is the best feature. This is pretty cool to me. As I said, I'm new to using plugins and just kind of exploring sound, but this really breaks it down easily for me, and it's super easy and cool to use. What this does is in bank A, when you solo it, you isolate the lower bass sound. So you could play around with the gain, and you could kind of peak the reduction there. Just kind of limit the sound that comes out from it, and you also have a compressor and a limiter. And then on this side, the bank B, you can isolate the high sound of the bass. And that to me is just awesome because then you could really dial in the tone that you're looking for. I found that lots of times my problem when I was trying to make any bass sounds was really isolating that high sound, and this right here takes care of that. Right. So I'm just kind of going to dial it into the presets that I use. So you guys go ahead and check that out. If you want to make your bass sound like the sound that I have on here, then these are the presets that you would use. I'm just going to press play and mess around with the sound there. Yeah, okay. So that's about where I have it dialed. So we'll go ahead and do a little trial run again here. This is just a raw bass sound. And this is with the plugin. Pretty cool, huh?